Ayun, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night mga chong. Welcome na naman sa Monkey's Bananas Vlogs. And today, nakikita nyo naman kung ano yung unbox natin. So, medyo marami-rami to. Ito yung mga classic na Toybiz characters, pero mostly nakikita nyo naman X-Men, Iceman, Storm, and Avalanche. The reason why ito yung mga open ko, nakuha ko na siya dun sa bahay ng grandfather ko sa Laguna. Normally kasi doon ko ini-stock before kami nagpagawa ng bahay. Kaya ngayon meron na akong display case at meron na tayong mga bagay na pwede na natin siyang display at i-post. And yeah, yun. So let's go forward with unboxing them. You can see na medyo yellowish na siya and matagal na rin siyang nakastock. Mainly kasi sa arawan lang siya nakalagay. Itong dalawa, yung Iceman at Storm. Ito actually yung mga isa sa mga unang X-Men characters na nabili ko from the line. Which spark yung nostalgia. At nag-spark din siya ng start ng something na kinagustuhan kong i-collect yung X-Men. And we'll start off with Storm. Think since meron na akong Storm, actually ang gusto ko lang kunin sa kanya is yung kanyang base. I think mas gaganda yung display case natin with Storm dun sa X-Men shelf. And if you will be able to see yung display below, inaayos ko yung aking Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, kaya ako i-open si Avalanche, and you will see there yung mga Sentinel bases from the Toybiz series characters. But other than that, unbox muna tayo ng kay Storm. So makikita nyo yung mga clamshell. Say for example ito, ito yung classic na Toybiz na clamshell na medyo mahirap buksan. And if you want to keep yung box and keep it pristine, basically you have to open it at the back, which what I'm gonna do with Storm as well as with Iceman later. You just either need to have a cutter or something sharp na para ma-open siya on the side dito sa paligid niya. And then once it opens up, you can pull the figure below and then you'll be able to get yung desired figure dun sa packaging. So this particular series is series 8 if I'm not mistaken. And meron siyang mga bases. It includes Storm. Normally, if Toybiz, yung kanyang variant will be encircled in a different head sculpt. But I think this is one of the rarest Storm that you may have is the Mohawk. Haven't seen one in person, but as far as Storm is concerned, yung costume na is purely black on this series. Yung white one is part of the classic X-Men line, which is actually part of this line with Avalanche. Makikita nyo sa likod. Yun, si White Storm. And ito yung other figures kasama dun sa kanyang line. Yeah. So, Man-Thing, Captain America, Black Widow variant, blonde hair, Iceman. Kita nyo naman yung base, kung gaano kaganda. Series 7, Modern Iron Man, and Dr. Octopus. Iceman. I think yung common na issue sa kanya is yung pelvis niya is nagpa-pop. So let me just open this up for you guys for the meantime. So everyone knows that Iceman and Storm is part of the X-Men. Iceman being part of the first class. It's really well known. And aside from that, Storm, as you know, is also part of the gold team ng X-Men, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. 90s version, 90s kids, yung mga, alam mo yung tinutukoy ko sa text and comic-wise. But yeah, itong mga figures na to has their card along with them. It's Iceman, Omega level mutant. And if you follow the comics before, Storm was actually married to Black Panther. And they ruled Wakanda together. Or, I think, yeah. So, ayan, nakat ko na siya. Ayun siya. Pag inopen ko. And then, as you can see, you will still keep the same packaging. Pero ito, for sure, I'll throw this out. So, sa mga oldie connectors, I mean, collectors dyan, connectors, you will have nostalgic moments of collecting these types of figures. Mainly kasi, aside from the figures, they have the card, multiple numbers of articulation, and then yung bonus is yung comics, basically. So, ayun yung comics ni Storm. It will indicate it's not for resale. So, in order for me to pull it out, kunin ko siya sa ilalim. Makuha natin yung clamshell. Need space, man. So, I think yung Storm, bebenta ko kasi ang main difference with the Hasbro line and then yung mga Toybiz ones before is yung sobrang nipis yung body sculpt niya. Although maganda naman yung pagkakagawa nung sa mga figures pag mga ladies, pero I think I would prefer the latest ones kasi it's more other than comic accurate or the 90s cartoon accurate Storm or figures. I think yung body sculpt nila works well with the other figures na ginawa nila for the X-Men line. So basically here it is. This is Storm, Black Storm. Not her race, okay? Yung costume. My goodness. And then, typical Toybiz line has multiple amount of articulation. Not just a head. Meron minsan yung fingers, double-jointed skull. The way that her pelvis works, it twists, turns. Not just yung heels, double-jointed din yung knees. Pero yung sa mga guys, I think yung, like for example, yung Beast, kasi I got it loose. You will see articulation dun sa toes as well as yung fingers has their own sets of articulation. So, but basically, this is the reason why I got the figure before, or actually why I'm opening it right now, is yung kanyang base, which actually has twist and turn motion action figure. So definitely kapag pinost natin siya with our Hasbro Storm, it's gonna look good when we post them. I don't think it can be included or it's gonna post well, but hopefully, let me try and push it first. See if it pops. Yun. Okay. Okay, nakabit na natin siya. Pero yeah, that's how she's supposed to look. I think you have to put her on top. But for now, I'm not just gonna do that because I'm looking at using this particular figure, a different figure to put in on this base and see how it works. And you can see meron siyang pegs for displaying them by the wall. And it was made in China 2005. So see, that's almost the same year that I started collecting. 2003, 2004. It's actually the first time I started working. So, ayun. Storm, Series 8, Toybiz. Good shit. Okay. Let's move ahead and go. We actually just get the comic from Storm. Since part siya ng package. Iba talaga yung amoy kapag bagong bukas yung figure. Fresh. Ito. Night Demon. Giant size X-Men. Which is part of it. Actually, Hasbro already released yung mga figures na to. Actually, yung costume niya along with Thunderbird, yung retro. So, if you want to build your giant size X-Men, all the characters are already available for you to get. So, good luck with the hunt. I think yun yung mga bagay na you're looking forward to whenever you try to start to collect, which is the thrill of the hunt. Lalo na kapag nag-aabang ka ng mga certain figures na you've been waiting for a long time. Yeah. Yun talaga yung isa sa mga bagay na nakaka-excite mangolekta is fear of missing out. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna open Iceman. Medyo maramihan to kasi nga since luma na to mga figures. Just wanted to look for Iceman. So you can see MOC siya. Si Storm medyo nag-loose lang dun sa loob ng clamshell and package pero it is mint on card. You won't be able to see anything here. So sorry sa mga OC dyan at gustong magkaroon ng figure na to or in mint on clam. I will get his base, but hopefully if Iceman works with the rest of the Iceman, I mean with the X-Men figures, I think I'll keep him. Pero if not, I'll just sell him for cheap. You know how much I got this? Is actually just around 350 before. The price of Marvel Legends is really low. Like what the price point it right now. If you try to purchase this in any of the live online shops, sa Green Hills or kanino mang online seller or sino man nangongolekta ng Marvel Legends na Toybiz, since yellowish clamshells, I think you can still sell this for around 1.2 or 1.3. Ang SRP ngayon ng Hasbro Marvel Legends per piece is 1.3. So ito, definitely if X-Men and Toybiz, and then if maganda yung clamshell niya given, pwede mo pa siya mabili ng mga 1.8 or benta ng 1.8 kasi yun yung ongoing rate niya in today's market. Grabe inflation. Since wala akong cutter, ganito ko siya buksan pero mahirap siya na nakatayo. Gagawin ko na lang siya ng nakahiga. Yun, so I think hopefully guys, ito actually meron pa ako isang X-Men pero I'm thinking of not opening him yet kasi I'll just take a look at how this X-Men base works with the display of what I currently have to see kung bagay ba siya. If not, siguro bubuksan ko tong X-Men Classics line na Bobby Drake or Iceman actually. Bobby Drake is actually his real name. And see, if not, I'll use this base for Iceman. Kasi meron din siya yung current setup niya, meron siyang bagong version, but the base siguro medyo flat and wala masyadong action sequence. Pero as you can see, this one is the price points of these ones is 450 Toys R Us, and I think I bought this figure along with Avalanche in a buy one take one sale. So you can see there's a tape at the top. So package yan back to back with another figure. If not, I think Avalanche. So if you guys see any particular figures, maybe yung Toybiz or yung X-Men Classics line or any figure na you have or that you know of na merong tape, normally it has been bought by on a sale, on a buy one take one setup. Kasi nga most of these figures are well known, or at least they didn't sell well. Kasi not much, or because 500 pesos for a figure or 450 actually was already way too expensive, because before it actually came from 300, 250 pa yata yung mga series 1 if I'm not mistaken. And then also it went to the BOTO mode events. So definitely yun yung mga bagay na nakakamiss din siguro, lalo na kapag mabibenta mo na siya nowadays in that particular markup price na sobrang taas ng inflation. Pero anyways, just like what I mentioned, I'm here to collect and not to sell. I think not to sell necessarily all the ones that I will keep, but definitely I will have to sell them, but I am not going to go for that those prices. So hopefully you guys still follow, watch, and subscribe so that I can also give prices perhaps to the team, to you guys. But yeah, yun, finally I was able to open it up. You can see a card in here. You can see there are twisties and sa figure. And then medyo yellowish na rin si Iceman, but the base, ito yung nakakamiss sa Toybiz is yung base niya. But still, I wouldn't trade yung the way yung sculpting ng Hasbro and how they stepped up their game as far as trying to get the realness, or at least the accurateness, if there's such a word, of those figures to the 90s animated series show. So I think hopefully yeah, I think most of my age group, around late 20s or late 30s, I'm actually near late 30s, na matarget siya yung market. Kasi nga, I think like for Transformers, kasi yun din naman yung folks na makaka-afford, yes, folks, yung mga chong na kayang makabili ng mga ganito mga type ng collectibles. And yeah, unless super yaman talaga nung kuha. Pero yeah, so support niyo yung mga nag-unbox, nag-reviews ng mga mag-open na action figures ng mga Pilipino, kasi it definitely will bring them not just basically viewers, but siguro more on para sa akin add-ons na rin siya eh. If you're doing the hobby, I think you get to express on how you feel about the hobby, and then how you can also bring joy and at least the excitement of opening new figures or old ones in that manner. Yeah. So si Iceman, sige, daming twisties chong. Pagod. Pero sana, I'm just looking for ways para ma-post yung X-Men figures on the glass cabinet. Mac glass cabinet. Shout out. Naka-sale pala sila today. I'm filming this on Father's Day, so for any father collectors out there, happy Father's Day and more power to you guys, especially the ones na nagko-collect na action figures or anything. But regardless if you are collecting or not, if you just happen to drop by, just enjoy the day, and then hopefully you guys are staying safe. Times are really hard, pero hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel as yung mga vaccines are beginning to roll out. on all the particular categories, A4 to A5. So do get yourselves vaccinated. And regardless, even if you are not, if you're already vaccinated, just stay safe and take care. Hopefully they also just remove yung protocol for the face mask, kasi ang hirap talagang huminga, lalo na sa aking mga chubby, especially when going out. But you know, what can we do? This particular Iceman has full face coat, pero ang common issue nga sa kanya, as indicated before, is nagpa-pop itong torso niya. So ayun, hindi ko siya masyadong gagalawin, baka matanggal. Pero here he is. Nakita niyo kung gaano karaming articulation meron ang Toybiz. Ang dami niyan. Bukod sa nagsiswivel, it rotates. Ball jointed. See? Yung hands. Actually, yung fingers and then yung hands has its own articulation. It has 40 points of articulation for this particular figure alone. But it ranges from 32 up for old Toybiz figures for them to have those types of articulation, and plus yung design was well thought of. Pero yeah, buhay natin to. Meron pa tayo isang figure. Nakakapagod pala yung ganito. Yeah. Yup. One more peg. Timbers lang. Unahin natin itong isa. I think meron ding statue XM Studios on Iceman or Sentinel diorama. And Haslab Sentinel is already on its way. Hopefully sooner or later we'll have the chance to show it to you guys. So we really want that figure to tower over our characters, and it's basically one of the highlights of the X-Men diorama if ever. But mahal ng figure na yun, 30,000 if I'm not mistaken. So it's already been 22 minutes since since we started. But yeah, I don't want to keep on talking and rambling about these things, but yeah, let me just build out this base and then I'll show it to you how it looks. Medyo stiff na yung plastic, mainly because it has been a long time since it has been in the storage. Pero once it's straight up, once it's good and stable, yeah, ito na yung X-Men base natin for Bobby Drake, also known as Iceman, an Omega level mutant. Pakita ko yung pictures after the display, and let's see how it looks for the rest of the characters. Yeah, here, moving forward, lastly with Avalanche. I think this is my longest video, but so I'm just gonna keep it short. So Avalanche is also part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Ito yung classic niyang costume. But for now, ito yung kanyang action figure interpretation. This is his only figure as far as I know. As far as yung merong articulation, I think he already had before an action figure made using the old costume. Pero ito yung lumang Toybiz na wala pang, with only 5 points of articulation, yung sa shoulder, sa head, and then yung sa legs. But for now, since this is just cardboard type of packaging, dyan, there you go. Say that. Bam. plastic, man. Okay, so Avalanche has a base. Let me pull it out first. I think nag-rumble to if the battery still works, but I don't think I'll be using it. It doesn't have any battery, pero oh, it-twist pala siya. Ito yung base niya. Nangalawang na siya sa storage, pero I think functionality wise, I don't see myself using this base for him, unless of course it makes purpose dun sa display natin. Pero for now, I think no. Alright, make twisties, si Avalanche. Wow, 25 minutes of speaking. Thank you guys for staying, tuning in, and watching the video. Hopefully you can invite more of your friends to join us. And as we do a number of these types of unboxings. If it's too dark, if I have to adjust the light, sorry, I am just using my cell phone to edit the videos as well as to record them. But hopefully makaipon na ng pambili ng makabili ng laptop para at least mas madali na mag-edit ng mga videos na i-upload natin sa channel. Pero here is Avalanche. I think he'll look good dun sa display natin for our mutant brotherhood, or technically mga villains na X-Men, kasi meron na tayo yung Shadow King, meron Sauron, meron tayong Onslaught, Apocalypse, Arcade, and Lady Deathstrike. But here it is, Avalanche in his glory and in his base. So I think we'll be using him later to display, and then I'll display the rest of my figures. Siguro check natin si Iceman later. I have a classic retro X-Men that I will unbox, but let's see how the bases will work dun sa ating display. If not, we'll just keep it and just see what happens. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in and then listening to me speak for 27 minutes. But yeah, again, this is Monkeys Bananas. Hopefully you guys like, subscribe, and share, and click the notification button. So again, good shit. Take care, stay safe. Peace out.